we come across two exhausted guys that walked over 40 kilometres overnight from a rolled over four-wheel drive. We helped them out and agreed to rescue their vehicle. However, we have to get there first.
You got my number plate.
I have got.
And is it even possible to get this vehicle back on its wheels? Fuel tanks are filled to the brim at our last possible fuel stop before we head deeper into the remote area of the far southeastern reaches of Western Australia. With the tracks only just opened days ago after heavy rainfall, we are on our way to Israelite Bay via the Fisheries Track.
Bit of water coming up, boys.
This is the start of a very remote journey. However, before it even has a chance to begin, we find two people in desperate need of help just at the air down point before we actually hit the tracks. We've come across two gentlemen who've had a bit of an accident on the track itself. They've rolled the vehicle. They've walked overnight to get here. They are spent. We've just given them some food and some water, cola to get the sugar levels back up. Sean's making them a sandwich right now. It's obviously a kitted out vehicle. The guy's concerned about all his stuff going missing or whatever. After making sure the two gentlemen were hydrated and in good health, we recapped their story and they were willing to share it on camera. So you left your vehicle how far away?
About 60 k's in.
How are you feeling now?
Screwed. Buggered.
How did the car end up on its side?
Started going down, just bellied out on the bash plates, and it just slid down, got to the bottom and then just flicked right. Mud just took control and just slid away. Yeah, and then on the side. It just took me by surprise pretty much.
So it was like nothing different to what you already gone through?
Nah, nothing different at all.
The gutters were deeper.
Yeah, it's only just a little stretch, so when you get down up to the top and you come around that little corner and you start going down, you don't really notice it. So
we're going to drive in and do our best to flip the Ford Everest back on its wheels for them so they can come back in, pick up their vehicle.
Big thanks to all of you guys too.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So thank us, yeah, so get the car over.
Yeah mate, this is enough.
Even this, it was great.
We'll go and try and rescue the car.
Appreciate it.
No, appreciate that very much.
Appreciate it.
The golden rule of remote travelling is to never ever leave your vehicle. That said, it's very easy to judge the actions of others without being in their shoes or situation. It's amazing how quick an adventure can change. We had our sights set just on Israelite Bay, head out there, and that's what these fellas wanted to do as well, just for a day trip, and that happens to them. It changes our situation a little bit too, and our perception on the track. It's a good reminder to take care as well. But in all fairness, these guys came down prepared, they knew what they were doing, they did all the right things, and still something can happen. You got to kind of prepare yourself for the worst case scenario. Multiple puddles up ahead. These puddles just keep coming. Normally in high range here, just so much water around.
Still good with you in front, just check the depth, eh?
Yeah, that's the only bad thing about being in front. Well, we can see the footprints early on. One of the boys was walking in the right-hand lane, the other one in the left-hand lane. No one else has been since then. Imagine that, stuck somewhere you know no one's going to be there for possibly days. It's a very long way to be walking. Despite not following the golden rule of staying with your vehicle, these gentlemen made some smart decisions on their long walk.
It was good those guys stayed together, hey?
What I like, it's they keep walking on the track, leaving footprint, make it easier for others to find them. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's a good idea, isn't it? Leaving the footprints and that.
If I wasn't feeling nervous in this track, I am now, hey?
That is a good thing though, because it's going to keep us on alert. What I'm mainly sort of trying to think about now is how we're going to get this vehicle back on its wheels.
Assess their situation when we get there, I guess.
It's definitely camp in the dark tonight with what's ahead of us, eh?
Yeah.
Well, Travs, that's good. You have the chickens in the travel body already.
You do too, mate. Sean, you might have to put dinner on yours, I reckon.
How good is he? He's already calling it, he knows it.
We have a big day ahead of us, so yeah, we deserve a big dinner.
Ooh. Hey guys, I think that's his jacket. Right there. It's exactly where he said it would be, on the left hand side of the track. It just goes to show that when you walk that far, you just end up spent, that even the light items like a box of food and a couple of soft drinks, it just becomes too heavy. We'll pick these up and we'll take them to the vehicle. Faced with countless bog holes and deep puddles, forcing us to check the depth and avoiding the ones that we can, is eating away at the daylight we have left. And to make matters worse, a number plate has just gone missing.
You got my number plate.
I know what you're saying, but I have not taken it. Are you serious? I'm serious. I haven't taken it. I turned and asked Jono because I thought maybe he's taken it. Trav's lost his number plate in that puddle up there, but he thinks that I've taken it.
I've lost my number plate and I don't even know what hole to walk through to find it. Looks like I'm going to get wet here. No one's here to help me. Marco, Polo.
Despite Trav's efforts searching for the missing plate, he returns empty-handed.
Marco, Polo.
With daylight fading behind us, we finally reach the scene of the accident. Sad to see someone's pride and joy in this situation. He's got suspension, he's got the tyres, he's got his thing kitted out and all the fridge and everything. I can imagine what it'll be like having a car in this situation, not being able to do much about it.
I can't imagine what these guys they went through, especially trying to take all this stuff out from the car and get themselves out to go and get help.
Looking over to Ford Everest, it tells the story of the events leading up to the rollover. These tyres have just completely been mudded up and they've just been skidding. I reckon ABSs might have been kicking in the whole way down and just no chance. He's been skidding on the diff, but not here, right up in here. He's just been bellied out the whole way down this.
Literally, it was fine, and then all of a sudden, bang, there's ruts, deep ruts, and just bellied out and just started sliding.
So I sent the front wheel on this bank and just tipped him over like here. Windscreen's intact, no airbags are gone. That mirror is still on the vehicle. None of those windows are smashed. There is oil leaking out. I know diff oil when I smell it. How he described it was this gentle twist over. I'm pretty confident there wasn't too much speed involved in this. Assessing the area we have to work with, we found something very interesting. They've attached a strap here and they've done this twisty method here. Slowly pulls the vehicle. On the other side, they've got some max tracks with some pins into the ground to anchor it. Recalling from the conversation we had with him, he was saying that they got it about half a metre off the ground before it went back down again. It's not going to be a simple recovery. Maybe 3 winches involved, 3 anchor points, because you don't want this thing sliding down either. Time to clear the way and set up for the recovery. I think I've got the most clearance too, so maybe it's better that I'm in this ditch here. I'll be parking the Troopy behind the Everest and use it as an anchor point. I reckon this is where I'll park it. We decided to park Trav's Land Cruiser perpendicular to the track. This opened up the ideal winching angle to the rolled vehicle. You probably have to back up to it, eh?
Yeah, I reckon
Recovery gear. Let's take the whole box in, I reckon. It's time to join all the appropriate straps, lines, and soft shackles. Like that.
And
There we go.
This one here.
Yeah, because I've got both knots at the bottom.
That's it, yeah.
The idea is, we thought about putting the 3 metre static rope around the chassis, but we're worried that we're going to damage the gear unnecessarily. So we got 2 shackles in. We got plenty of those, easy to replace. And then we'll double this over. And then this is called a winch ring, also known as a donut. This allows us to run a double line pull. We don't need the extra force to pull this over. We just want more winch line out. It'll also give us a slower controlled rate when we're winching. It won't be so sudden. Even though winching is slow, you'll be surprised how slow you want it when you're doing things like this. This is a sensitive operation. We now need to hook up the anchor point to the rear of the Everest. There is one problem, however. This is locked. I can't undo it, don't have a key. Holding a vehicle, it's going to be totally safe, the only choice we have. We are not attached to the tow ball, and the tow ball should never ever be used in any recovery situation. Jono, we're using the studio light to light up the scene for the recovery.
And this is behind the scene, I'm hungry.
Yeah, we need to make some food. Do you want to do the travel buddy dinner?
Oh yeah.
Let's run through this plan and make sure we're all happy with it. After an in-depth discussion, we decided that Sean will be in my Troopy holding the Everest firmly while Travis winches from the side. I'll be hands-on coordinating and making any adjustments as required. Where I'm standing right now is the worst possible spot during the recovery. If something was to fail, everything's gonna come inwards. Inside here, that's the death zone. Outside, not so much. That's where I'm gonna move to. Sean, just take
A little bit of tension.
Yep, that's it. That's you done.
Put on the brake.
Trav, let's
Go a little bit and see what happens.
Copy.
keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Stop.
It's kind of sliding a little bit.
I can just hear the panels, that's all.
Option B, hey?
It's probably unavoidable, but I want to do everything we can to avoid it.
Time to improvise. I have an idea that might work.
I'm calling 2-minute noodles.
Okay, this should stop it from sliding, but also allow it to collapse this once it tries to stand up. That front one, not really sure about that one yet, so I'm just going to leave it where it is and then just see what happens. Give me a good indication if it is sliding there. That max track should fall over. All right. Let's worry about nothing there. Let's see how this works out. Sean?
Take a little bit of tension.
That's it. Trav, start winching.
We can do some work.
Keep going. Keep going. Stand by. It's on the max tracks now.
This is looking promising.
Looks really good.
It's roughly half a metre off the ground. That's as far as they got it.
I'm going to put a bit of pressure here. Hopefully that's going to help a little bit. Try and winch. 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 Winch.
Yep. Yep, keep it coming.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Stop.
Let's assess.
So we got the car back on the wheels. It's all going well. And now Ronnie trying to find a way to pull it back so we can have it on a flat ground.
Our next problem to solve is getting the Everest into neutral without firing up the engine. This is very important as there is a high potential of destroying the engine with its motor oil likely in the wrong area. And not knowing the condition of it, it's not worth the risk. And to do that, I'm going to have to hop in the vehicle to take it out of park and put it into neutral. There may be an override thing I've got to work out.
Wonder what the inclinometer would say on the dash at the moment. I reckon it's on a 45.
Mate, the angle on this is hectic. So that's the clip I just pushed out. You push that button down and then flick it to neutral. This means we can move it. Without pressing that, this locks, you can't move it. Sean, let's just do a test couple of winches. Keep going. Hold up, stop, 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 stop. So I can't let go of the steering wheel, so how are we looking back there, Sean?
Look, really good, Ronnie.
Go a little bit. Tiny bit.
And we thought we had the easy bit done. Not long is proving to be getting dragged out just by us making sure that everything's minimal damage as possible and doing it as safe as possible, but it is chewing into the night.
It's looking pretty good now. Whew. Getting there. See more? Stop. Let's just pause and convene.
2-minute noodle time.
She likes it, move it, move it. We likes it, move it, move it. We like it, move it. We like it, move it, move it. She likes it, move it, move it. Ronnie likes it, move it, move it.
How much space have I got behind me?
Yeah, you're good.
Copy. Muddies are working hard here. Digging for traction.
Keep going, keep going. About 10 metres, Travis said, to my car.
Oh, and we thought we had it done, hey? Now we're going to rescue Sean.
No recovery needed.
Ronnie, good job.
Good job to you too, mate.
Done.
That was a good team effort, eh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, feels good, eh? Well, that was our good deed done for the day. I spoke to the lads, they are absolutely stoked. They've got a plan in place to come and collect the vehicle. Unfortunately, we couldn't drive it back for them. They're probably going to have to tow it out of here, but they've got something worked out.
Definitely a timely reminder that anything can happen anywhere, and it's turned out to be a good scenario and everyone's safe.
Now we can continue our way to Israelite Bay.